How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another mod spotlight. Today we're going to be taking a look at Eastern Europe's 1259, and honestly I can't believe I haven't heard of this mod before, or at least checked it out, because it does some pretty incredible stuff. And if you're looking for a brand new campaign to dive into and give a fresh spin on Bannerlord, then I highly recommend you go ahead and check this one out. So of course this mod is set in the eastern parts of Europe in the years 1259. Of course the title says it all. However, it comes with a whole wealth of pretty interesting stuff. The mod is not just a custom new map with some units, it has some really cool new gameplay elements as well, with the relationship between clans, notables, etc. being extremely important, not only just to have people flock to your banners, but also to even recruit soldiers. Now you need to have a good relation with said lords, and you can gain that with a whole wealth of different things. There are custom castle maps in the game. I think as of right now there's roughly around about 3. The mod also has a ton of new quality of life improvements as well, like hideouts can be attacked at any time, which I think is always pretty cool. Being able just to assault that would be nice. They've increased the companion limit. They've also made it so that your quartermaster will automatically purchase food to keep your morale nice and high. The notables of your villages can actually be your governors as well, so you now no longer have to give up a companion. And one thing I haven't checked out yet but sounds really cool is now you can actually assist with the repair and construction inside of your settlement, which is cool, as well as contribute to the castles or town projects to accelerate their completion. So hopefully that is like providing resources and other things along them lines. But let's dive in, let's check all of that stuff out. So as we can see, there are currently 4 factions you can pick from: the Baltics, the Northern Crusaders, the Rus, and the Danish. Each of them have their own unique parts of the map. And one thing I actually really love about this design is I love this, like reminds me of Total War. I love how each of these kind of shows where the kingdom is built up as well. So you can kind of see, you know, where the lands of these factions are right here, which I think is a really nice addition to the game itself. So here we go, and again a real nice kind of addition to the game, just kind of kicking you off, and you can obviously begin your legend right here. So we start off here in Riga? Is this not Riga? No, this is Riga right here. I can't even remember what these mountains are called. Too much Hearts of Iron trying to conquer these in black ice have been brutal. But here you go. The map itself is not humongous. You know, you wouldn't. No, this isn't like the same as say something like the old realm. The map is just absolutely huge. But I think that it's like in of itself, it does a great job. You know, this kind of has everything you need to do. There's some very condensed castles and other positions, and this is a very decent sized map for a campaign. I am also a big fan as well of like all of this. Like you obviously can't go anywhere here, but I love the actual kind of fog of war almost of the rest of the world, which isn't playable. I think that's a really kind of cool way of doing it, and I'm definitely a big fan of it. One thing also I'll mention as well is that this mod does also have several other ones integrated. So it has Tavern expanded, Sturgeon Keeps, Arena expanded, Kill feed, location change, no big smile. It has a region regain stamina on the world map, Swardian armor, at least some of the assets from Swardian armor, true noble opinion, which is really important with how the opinion works in this mod. Killing bandits raises relations again, which is cool. So if you kill bandits around a certain village or town, their lords will get they'll get a relationship boost, which obviously will help you out massively. And also no more rogue clans, so everybody will be in of itself. So if I was to show off how the units work right now, so the unit system is very much like militia. So you have like these mixes of like these clans that you'll find out. So you'll kind of have the basic soldiers, you'll have like elite soldiers, and then you'll have more of like a levy soldier in the army. So the unit trees themselves are very split up. You're not going to be able to get one soldier and he'll expand into all the different rosters. They will very much be kind of like they'll kind of start off, so you can see this is more of the upgraded one right here. And I would say as well that this is probably the weakest part of the mod, is a lot of the custom armors and weapons, etc. There isn't a dramatically large amount of them. However, I will say that Eric, who does the troop overhaul mods for stuff like 1100 AD and the other, I think there's quite a few other ones he does, has done an overhaul mod using all the other custom armory mods like Swaddling Armor, like the massive other historical overhaul mods that kind of add in tons of armor, and he has done one for this mod. The only reason we're not checking it out right now is because he needs to update it, because some of the other mods, I think open source armory went offline and then back online or something along them lines. But basically there is an extremely amazing overhaul armor mod for that, and I think that patches up the weakest part of this mod. However, it's not like the units are bad in any way. As I said, this is a lot of vanilla assets that you'll see them, and obviously some custom ones in there, but especially the Teutonic Knights still have, you know, these elitely heavy cavalry and other things like that, so you can still, you know, live out your fantasy going off and conquering. But yeah, I definitely recommend, you know, checking out the Eric overhaul mod when it does get updated, as I think it does add a lot of extremely cool custom armors from other mods into the game. Something you would also have noticed as well is when I go to do anything inside of a town, you'll see this little bar ticks over, and it does take some time to recruit soldiers. If I go and buy some stuff, again, it'll take some time to do it. So whenever you interact, it does waste some time in the day, which I think is kind of a nice little roleplay element of the game. You would also have noticed this kind of cool background, which is kind of cool. Again, I'm a big fan of that. Oh yeah, and there's also a search bar as well, which I think this should be in every single mod, especially when you're going to like a big city or a village and you want to find like a specific type of food or whatever. Just being able to type in grain and then grabbing it just saves you so much time, and I'm a big fan of that. So something else is actually pretty interesting as well. To actually recruit from these people, I'm gonna need to go and actually meet them in the first place, which requires me to actually go to the town itself, and that's a little screenshot of that, of the custom settlement. So I'm actually gonna have to come, and I'm actually gonna go and have to meet these guys for the first time to actually recruit some of their soldiers. So I'm gonna have to talk to them, introduce myself, and then I should, now that I've talked to him, now that I've met him, I should now be able to actually yeah, so now you can see, now that I've gone and talked to them, I have now met these guys. So I should, if there's any soldiers here, if we wait a day, we should then be able to recruit soldiers. So again, it's a reason to actually go to these villages and go to these scenes, which I actually kind of really like. I don't know if it gets a bit tedious after a while, you know, if you do this, say, you know, like 100 times to recruit soldiers, but I don't know, I kind of like it. So you can see now I can actually recruit these soldiers, whereas before I wouldn't actually have been able to. You know, if we go to this other town, I haven't met these guys, so then I can't recruit from them because I haven't met them. And I've always looked for stuff like this in the game to actually go ahead and make you visit these locations and stuff. It's kind of very cool. As I said, I don't know if it's gonna get tedious after a while, but once you've done it, I guess there's no reason not to. To mention it as well, so when you are going to these locations, you can also do stuff for these people as well. There's plenty more to do in these villages to earn yourself some coins. So for example, I'm coming here to meet these guys anyway. What I can do is I can talk to him, say, hey, nice to meet you. I've now discovered him. I've now met him. I can also offer to help him as well, whether it is to lend a hand with household tasks. I can obviously, if I have the wood, I can help him, assist him in building up the village. And if I obviously have more healthy party members, we can also help to build new homes. So all of this stuff is just encouraging me to come to these locations, which I think is a really, really kind of cool way of doing it. And you can see right here, we're currently helping away, tending the fields, and just, again, building some relationship with these guys. You can see I gained some skill points, I gained some relations, which is always nice, and even a little bit of grain. So it's just a little bit more reason to like visit these locations and interact with them, which I'm a huge fan of. Another thing we can take a look at really quickly is the custom settlements. So as I said, I think there's only currently 2 custom settlements, or maybe 3 custom settlements in the entire game. There are also these really, really cool village scenes as well. But yeah, and these are completely siegeable as well. You can attack these. I actually don't know how ladders work on these. I actually don't know how ladders work. Maybe there is literally just a battering ram and that's about it. But it's kind of a very cool castle here, set up ready to defend. Obviously, there's no way to attack. Maybe go up here. No, that's like spikes and stuff. I actually don't know where the ladders will go on these, and if I doubt the ladders will even work. So yeah, I guess you are just simply smashing through here. I guess maybe there's just no siege equipment. Here is the other custom settlement right here. Again, this one's a bit more of a traditional castle, which I imagine will be pretty easier to siege. But yeah, again, this looks really cool. Again, a lot of fun could be had, I imagine, conquering stuff like this. You know, it's pretty basic, but definitely gets the job done. And also level the detail with the farms around the settlement as well. Makes it feel a bit more alive. A few of the only other unit trees as well, we have a lot of the Danish infantry. It's just going to be like heavy chainmail, big two-handed axemen. Again, keep in mind that there are several troop trees for each of the factions, so you can mess around with that. There's going to be plenty of different types. These guys actually do have shields over their opponents. Again, they're heavy cavalry. Looks really cool. I love the armor itself. So yeah, you can see there are like still definitely some higher tier armors in the mod itself. There's several different variants of them as well, which is always cool. So yeah, some assets have been implemented in, but yeah, I think Eric's troop mod does just add in a lot more. But yeah, the Danish are cool if you want to go and move in and try and really get stuck in. They definitely have some yeah, pretty elite soldiers. Even some Estonian soldiers, they have a pretty small troop tree, but still cool nonetheless. There's a whole mix of different warriors. The Rus, for example, have probably one of the larger troop trees, and again, heavy armor. A lot of these javelins and heavy axemen, they're going to be able to get really stuck in. But again, a lot of this is vanilla assets, so I know that can be a turn off for some people. But yeah, I just thought I'd make you guys aware of that. There are also custom taverns as well, I believe, in the game. This is from Tavern Expanded, the mod itself, and as I mentioned, there is also a expanded arena as well. If we go to the arena, you can see you can inquire about tournaments, which is easier. You have to go into a load screen or anything, and you can also just like simply train in the arenas. And as I said, I think there's custom arenas set up as well, so there's a whole wealth of different ones to really mess around with, and it just keeps the game a little bit more alive. Yeah, here you go. There's a nice little cool custom one right here. I mean, honestly, that does look pretty nice, you know, with the Teutonic flags as people are duking it out. You know, with the settlement in the background as well. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty cool. So that's going to be the basis for the Eastern Europe mod. Please do go check it out. I think this mod has a lot of potential. I just don't see anyone playing it or talking about it. I'm definitely going to be waiting until Eric updates his unit mod for this, and then I'm going to be diving in and probably doing a serve as a soldier as the Teutonic Order. I think that just sounds like a ton of fun. So if you guys are looking forward to that, or you're just enjoying the content on the channel, please do make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It really does help out, and subscribe so you don't ever miss a video. I really do appreciate that. Hope everybody's having a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.